So tell me how you feel about it being your last week.
Mixed emotions. I'm going through the process of turning in all my equipment, so I'm dealing with that. I have to say goodbye to friends and that I made within the agency and personnel and community members who accepted me when I got here back in 2009. So I'm also looking forward to future opportunities.
What do you think the future holds for you when you leave here?
I'm going back to New Jersey. I got a whole list of items that I need to take care of up there. My family and myself have been kind of separated for the past 6.5 years. They stayed in New Jersey, I stayed down here, so there's some things that I need to take care of up there, and then take a look at opportunities and see where we want to go next. When I did leave New Jersey, retired from the police department up there, I always wanted the opportunity to be able to move around the country and work in different parts of the country, so that's what I'm hoping happens.
What will you cherish about your time here?
Coming in from the outside to an agency, I learned a lot. Made a lot of great friends. We've done a lot of work. We made a lot of improvements within the internal parts of the agency. We've also were able to incorporate crime reduction and community policing, and have been quite successful at reducing crime in Portsmouth and making it a safer city.
When you look at, say, your resume from being here, what are some of those things that you would pinpoint in terms of crime reduction or anything like that that you could specifically pinpoint?
We came in and we targeted violent crime right off the bat, and violent crime in, excuse me, in the past 6.5 years is down 24%. Our robberies have been cut by 50%. Our shootings are down 40%. So when you start getting those kinds of reductions, it actually allows your officers more time to get into their neighborhoods, patrol their neighborhoods for the other quality of life issues.
What did you find unique about Portsmouth?
It's a city that's 31 square miles, but it has a small town atmosphere. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows what's going on.
What was challenging about Portsmouth?
Dealing in the financial climate of the city. The ratables aren't here to have a strong tax base. So you always had to take a look at applying for grants or using asset forfeiture to the most efficient way to accomplish what needed to be done. And we've been pretty successful. We've upgraded all the computers in the cars. We've working on a new radio system. We're going to be launching the body cameras on the officers probably late summer, early fall. So there are a lot of technology projects that have been moved forward.
I think anytime you move or kind of have that, just a moment in life, there are probably things that you feel like, gosh, we accomplished this and this and this, and maybe some things where you feel like, I wish I was able to get these things done. What are those things for you?
Combining, when I got here, the police department was in 13 different facilities. We're now on 7. We started combining our units within the 801 Water Street building. I would have liked to have accomplished getting a new police facility and actually building it from ground up, one that meets today's standards, that the accreditation standards and everything. Because while 801 Water Street is an office building, it's tough to convert it into a real police facility with all the security measures and everything that needs to be put in place.
Anything else?
I've had a great 6.5 years here in Portsmouth, made a lot of great friends. We've accomplished quite a bit. I'm pretty happy with what we've done. You always want to do more, but in the end, I think I'm leaving it a better department than when I got here.
Now, you were leaving, or you announced that you were leaving, or it was announced that you were leaving, right after the city finance director. Any correlation there, or like why now?
I actually went to the city manager, Mr. Rowe, at the time, November, December time frame, and I said, I know I'm going to be leaving in 2015. My son's graduating college. My daughter's going to be getting married in the near future, and I have other things that need to get done. So I knew I was going to leave in 2015. Exactly when, I wasn't sure. February time frame, I came back and said I'm probably going to leave April. He asked me to stay on, and with everything else, the turnover, Mr. Rowe left and the city attorney left, and so we actually chose June 30th. My son just graduated May 8th from college, so it's I'm hoping to get a couple of weeks, couple months off here in the summer before we figure out where we're going, what we're going to do.
When you look at that turnover, I mean, even if you, I guess, you know, you kind of planned out when you were going to leave, but it does come in the midst of a lot.
Right.
How does that make you feel about, you know, seeing that kind of turnover at the same time?
People come and go, agendas for cities change all the time, incidents happen out on the street. There's no real good time to say, hey, I'm going to pack up and leave. The thing is that we've talked it over with the command staff. We have interim Chief Mook who is coming in. He's experienced with the city. He knows the city, he knows a lot of people. So I think the continuation of what we've done so far will continue in the future.
Any questions?
Where you would like to see the Portsmouth Police Department go from here? What needs to be done?
Down the road, when finances are available to actually build a police facility that can handle our workload and the number of officers that we have. We're a very young department. I think in 6.5 years I probably hired about 70% of the workforce. So they're going to need training. We've done well on the equipment side, but we really need to invest in our personnel development and hopefully our community relationships develop even further.
How do you feel about the community relationships and leaving, like right now, seeing where it is?
I think there was already long-standing community relationships in Portsmouth between the police department and the community and the business associations. We've worked to strengthen that. We've tried to be a transparent agency and let everybody know what's going on, when it was going on. So I think the trust is there. And of course, in today's climate, anytime you can make something good out of a contact with a community member, you're only going to further the relationship between the two.
That's true. This summer, though, has been pretty hard, given, you know, the things that have taken place over the last couple of months. So when you look at that, what comes to mind?
You know, we've gone right out to the community. We've talked about what happened. The officer-involved shooting investigations have been turned over to the state police to have an independent agency come in and review or investigate what transpired. So I think all those are steps to saying that the police department is aware of our concerns and we kind of believe the direction that it's going in and that they're going to be right up front with us.
Mm-hmm. What do you think was, and just speaking of those instances in just the last couple of months, in the hardest moment of your stint as chief?
I don't know, there's been a couple. It seems like every year there was always something challenging. I walked in the door and we were faced with a budget cut that caused furloughs for civilian employees. The following year there was a cut to the sheriff's budget and I ended up picking up the booking process and the warrants and we established a fugitive unit. It just seems like there's always something major that every year comes along and kind of takes you a little bit off a track for a while and then you got to bring it back on and keep moving forward.
Any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Chief, anything else you want to say?
Now, like I said, 6.5 years. I've had a great time being here in Portsmouth. The community accepted me. We've done a lot. There's still a lot to go, but hopefully the department just keeps advancing in the future.